All right, hi Earth signs. This is going to be your reading. This is your love message. This is for Earth placements, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. My voice is better. I feel a little better, but y'all can probably still hear the congestion, so I'm not 100% yet. Okay, but anyways, let's see what the Earth placements, Sun, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to know right now. Let's see what you guys need to know. All right, so what's going on for the Earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So we got release the past. So some of you guys could be working on releasing something or someone from your past. It could also, yeah, a lot of you guys could be falling in love. Some of y'all could be dating somebody new. You could be meeting somebody new, or if this hasn't happened yet, this is what's going to be coming in as you begin to release the past, or and the past can be releasing the past. Yes, it could be about releasing a certain person or people, but don't forget releasing the past. Don't forget releasing the past could be about releasing parts of yourself that are unhealthy for yourself and that are unhealthy for others, especially your relationships. And for those of you that are already in a relationship, or you're in a marriage, or you're connecting with somebody, the more you release the past and release things and parts of yourself and people that don't serve you, the deeper your connection with your person is going to get. You may fall in love with them even deeper, or fall in love with them, period. Or you may fall in love with them all over again. And again, for those of you, if you're single or you haven't met anyone yet, this is what's coming in. This falling in love and trust as you continue to release the past. It's not an overnight process. It's going to take time. Okay, you'll know you've released the past, and you'll know because you'll be able to trust better. You'll have an easier time trusting yourself, and therefore you'll have an easier time releasing control and trusting other people. What else for the Earth signs? Yeah, time apart. Some of you guys, somebody could be going through a breakup, a divorce, a separation, some space. Okay, if this is not about a physical distance or physical separation, maybe there's just some space that's needed. We do have time. We have released the past and time apart. So somebody's going through a breakup, a separation, a disconnect, or a break. What else? Yeah, look at this. Know your worth. You deserve better. Some of y'all could be into same sex, or somebody here could be bisexual. But yeah, know your worth. You deserve better. A lot of you guys are releasing someone that, yes, and she has her back turned to this. It's like the more you release the past, the more you work through your own insecurities, your own fears, it could be causing a rift between you and somebody. You know how, like, say you have two people who were together and say that that relationship, and I'm just giving you guys an example. Say the foundation was built off of codependency. Like both people were insecure, codependent, had traumatic childhoods, or had certain addictions, and they could have what got the relationship together and what kept it together could have been those factors. And you see how, like, when one person begins to heal, it kind of causes a rift between the connection. That could be what's happening. So it's like, as one person is releasing the past and getting better, or wanting to be better, is causing a disconnect. It's causing space and separation between, in a relationship. Maybe this is somebody that you're on a break from, you're not speaking to right now. If you guys live together, you're just focusing on yourself. You're not really focused on this person. Okay, but she has her back, he or she, whatever, their back is turned. Somebody, yeah. And you're going to end up meeting your soulmate. Some of y'all could be same sex, for others of you could be heterosexual, whatever you're into. You're going to be meeting your soulmate soon. And some of you guys have already turned your back on this. You're already done with this. So you have a soulmate that's coming in, or one that you're already connecting to. What's released the past? Some of y'all could have been dealing with an Aries, a Virgo, or a Leo. What's released the past? Or you have those placements in your chart. Yeah, the Ten of Wands in reverse. Saturn. Yeah, Saturn and Sagittarius, dropping a burden, dropping dead weight. I feel like somebody here is dropping dead weight from their past, whether it's about their childhood, a relationship, a marriage, friends with benefits, an addiction. I feel like somebody's dropping some dead weight. Yeah, some of y'all were dealing with somebody that was very emotionally unavailable. They could have been a water sign, air sign, or they don't have to be, but they could have just, yeah, somebody who was very selfish. Somebody could have been a liar, a player, very just out for themselves. A lot of issues with communication with this person. They could have been really spiteful, really petty, or they could have been dealing with someone that's like this. Maybe somebody is newly single. If it's not you, it could be someone else. Somebody could be going through a divorce. King of Swords upright. Somebody here, somebody could have been having an affair with a married man. Somebody definitely could be bisexual. But somebody can have air and water in their chart. Somebody could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, October, Libra, October, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, January, Capricorn, January, Aquarius. Or if they don't have those signs or placements, they're embodying this type of energy, or you are. I feel like somebody's taking their, and you could be a woman or a man, okay? But somebody's taking their feelings out of a situation. And I feel like somebody's being selfish in a good way. Time apart. Yeah, the Justice here, Libra energy. You or somebody can have Libra in their chart. Somebody definitely could be considering a divorce. Yeah, Death card in reverse. Somebody wants to be single. This ain't going to be for everybody, but somebody here wants to be single. Or somebody's just focusing on themselves, their business. Somebody here is being honest with themselves, with the Justice here, Libra energy. I feel like somebody is, yeah. Somebody sees something clearly. There could also be accountability that's needed. Maybe somebody needs to take somebody needs to take accountability for why there's like a separation or why something isn't working. And maybe if this person doesn't, somebody here is just going to focus on themselves, whether that's being single, getting a divorce, or just pouring more time into themselves and less time into the connection. What's Know Your Worth? Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups in reverse, the Sun. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. There could be like family counseling. Maybe I don't know, somebody has addictions. They got an issue with cheating. They're emotionally unavailable because of their childhood. They weren't really allowed to express themselves, or this is you. Maybe somebody's final thing is let's go to therapy or counseling or, whatever. Some of y'all could be in family court in regards to a situation. But the Page of Cups here is a very immature person. This is somebody that has a hard time expressing themselves. This could be you. Yeah, the 3 of Cups in reverse, a lot of you guys can have a hard time expressing yourself. You may walk on eggshells or keep a lot to yourself. Or a cross watcher, you can feel this way. What's released the past? Yeah, the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. And the Star card, Aquarius. Page of Wands, we have the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody could be a Cancer as well. Somebody could be born in July. I feel like somebody here, y'all may have children with this person. Or this person is just, somebody's just very immature. If there's no kids involved, somebody's very immature. I feel like somebody is led by their ego, their pride, their passion. Somebody could be driven by how they look. Maybe somebody could be really good looking and they go off of that. Somebody here could be like really fit, really attractive, tall. They can have a big penis. You know, like this could be somebody here that's just very, you know, they're the King of Wands. They could be a fire sign. They don't have to be, but they could just be very passionate, very ego, very prideful, very driven by those things, very immature, very full of themselves. What's time apart? I feel like a lot of you guys had enough. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. Yeah, somebody here has had enough. Mars and Leo. Something is... I did a... Hold on. Because I did a reading for you guys about... And the title was called Enough Isn't... When Is Enough Enough? And it was for the earth signs. Hold on. No, hold on. Yeah. It wasn't that one. Yeah, this was There Comes a Time Where Enough is Enough. And that reading was, yeah, y'all may want to hop off. I mean, you know, that was June 27th. So if you want to watch that reading, if you want to finish this live and then watch that one, you can. Or if you want to hop off this and then go listen to that one and then just replay this one, you can. But the reading I'm talking about is from June 27th, Earth Signs, and is titled There Comes a Time Where Enough is Enough. I feel like somebody has had enough. Somebody has had enough with someone or with something. Somebody knows their worth. And for some of you guys, somebody's soulmate may be somebody of the same sex. If this is a man you're dealing with and they're just always cheating, they're never, or you could be this man and you're always cheating, never satisfied, your soulmate may be another man. Somebody's soulmate may be of the same sex. Because, like, again, like, when are you satisfied? You know, somebody can be really promiscuous, or somebody can get a lot of their gratification, a lot of their worth from how they look, how they dress, you know, how people praise them for their sex and things like that. This person could have also been abused as a child, trigger warning. Or this person was, like, just there. Somebody has learned through some kind of way that their worth is tied to promiscuity, sexuality, how they look, how they dress, how, you know, how big they're... This could even be a man who could have had inappropriate parents or a parent or a caregiver, you know, whatever. And now somebody is tied, their worth is tied to that. They don't know how to express themselves other than just their ego, how they look, how they dress, sex, you know, how big their penis is, how good they think their vagina is, or how big their titties are, how fat their ass is, how tall they are. Somebody here could be light-skinned, biracial, or they could just, you know, whatever. They don't have to be, but, you know, how somebody here could be, they could be considered exotic, man or woman. It's like somebody's worth has been tied to the wrong things for a long time. And if this person does not work on releasing that, there's going to be a breakup, a divorce, a separation, a disconnect, man or woman. And for some of you guys, somebody has had enough. Go watch that Earth sign reading that I did on June 27th. The title is There Comes a Time When Enough is Enough. I feel like somebody is fed the fuck up. Completely fed the fuck up. What's Know Your Worth? Yeah, Five of Pentacles, Mercury and Taurus. Somebody has a lot of childhood issues. I mean, and I know it sounds cliche, but if you go to therapy, everything starts in the childhood. I know people don't like to hear that because it sounds redundant, it sounds repetitive. Everything starts from your childhood. Somebody can have really deep abandonment issues. Somebody doesn't know how to express themselves. Somebody here could even be a bit antisocial or socially awkward. Somebody could have been abandoned as a child, whether they were in foster care or they were, or if they weren't, maybe they were abandoned. Maybe they had an absent father or an absent mother, or whatever parent was physically there, that parent wasn't emotionally receptive or present the way that this child. Somebody here could have been really sensitive as a child, man or woman. Somebody here could be very artistic. Somebody could be a good painter, a good drawer, a good poet. Somebody could be into music. I feel like somebody's artistic qualities weren't, and somebody, most importantly, somebody's sensitivity wasn't really valued as a child. How things looked was more valued. How people dressed or how they were perceived by outsiders was more valued. So somebody learned from an early age to neglect their emotions, to neglect and abandon themselves, and forget how they felt. How somebody has learned since a child how they feel does not matter. Somebody wasn't babied as a child. Somebody wasn't allowed to be needy, sensitive. Somebody wasn't allowed to have tantrums as a child. Somebody has a lot of repressed emotions. All those things come out in different ways. Somebody here could have been abused in some kind of way or simply neglected. Or somebody could have went through poverty as a child or just felt like an outcast for whatever reason. Somebody could have been teased. A lot of things that people don't deal with, they overcompensate when they become adults. And it comes out in their relationships. It comes out in how they parent their children. It comes out in how they treat other people. It comes out how they connect in the bigger world, how they work well with others or how they don't. Ten of Wands in reverse. Y'all can have a son with this person or a daughter or both for some of you. There's a negative pattern on repeat. Something could even be generational. Somebody has picked up bad habits that have affected their relationships due to their parents or their parent or whoever was their caregiver. 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, the 9 of Cups. Something is like beating a dead horse because somebody's just very selfish. They don't care. Somebody here could have turned their back on one person and went towards a third party or listened to their friends, listened to gossip. They let their addictions, they let their inability to express themselves, they let their inability to be just emotionally open and receptive get in the way of a connection. 5 of Cups, Mars and Scorpio. Somebody here turned their back on their 2 of Cups because they didn't want to deal with their shit or they were just being selfish. Damn, why is that leaking like that? Sorry, guys. Yeah. Somebody really, definitely something about sexuality. Something happened to somebody as a child, like I said, or they could have been exposed to something too early. 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody has really bad abandonment or commitment issues that they're not resolving. Somebody's way of resolving something is sex or using their looks or their charm or their vagina or penis. That's all they know. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. This could definitely be someone that you're married to or in a commitment with, or you guys had some type of commitment together. Or this person, some of y'all could have been dealing with somebody who was married or committed. Okay? 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo. Somebody here could have chose a very sex-based relationship or a superficial relationship. 8 of Pentacles. Somebody's not really committed to something. Somebody's only in a marriage or relationship just for themselves. To have sex on a regular basis, a warm body, to say they have somebody, to just not be alone. Somebody's not really committed to being better or to working on something. Somebody's lazy. They're easily distracted. All they care about is themselves. Somebody don't want to grow up. They got a Peter Pan syndrome. All somebody care about is their pleasure. They don't care about hard work. They don't care. They don't understand discipline. They don't understand structure. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the Judgment. Yeah, somebody needs to release the past. Honestly, the Judgment is the past. It's lessons. Somebody here definitely needs to work on that. This could even be about releasing resentment, guilt, shame. Somebody can have some guilt or shame around growing up in poverty, being abused, being sexualized at a young age, or doing something to other people. Maybe this person was the abuser, and they got a lot of guilt and shame around their status or who they are or what they've done. Or what they've done to you, their kids, or what's happened to them as a child, or what's happened to them from other people. There could be some guilt and shame that somebody here needs to release. Somebody needs to forgive themselves first. And for some of you guys, if something happened to you or happened to this person as a child, somebody needs to understand that it was not their fault. They need to start there and then work on forgiving themselves. And then maybe work on forgiving you or forgiving whoever else. But somebody needs to forgive themselves and release this guilt and shame that they have, especially around sexuality. I'm getting that heavy. Or just commitment. Page of Wands and the King of Wands. Six of Wands. Somebody very big ego. Jupiter and Leo. You can't tell this person shit. Somebody's head is really far up their ass. Some of y'all could have met this person at work. Or, you can have a contract with this person. Some of you guys have kids, or you're married, or you guys have business together, or there's some type of tie. Some of you guys have, you may just co-parent, or this even, y'all could have, again, some of y'all could have met somebody at work. Somebody here needs to get some type of counseling. This could be somebody here could say, oh, let's go to family counseling. Or maybe somebody here could have been in a group home. They could have been they could have been a foster kid, or somebody needs to go get some counseling. Something about this person's, if there's no kids involved, this could be simply about somebody's upbringing, how they were raised. Somebody was raised in dysfunction, or somebody has repeated their dysfunction in their lifestyle, or who they have kids with, if there's kids involved, or who they date, who they're married to, who they're friends with, who they, the fact that they sleep around and they can't commit. There's something about somebody's childhood. It all goes back to that. Whether people want to admit it or not, everything goes back to our childhood. Six of Wands. Anyway, somebody here gets a lot of attention. Somebody could be a bit full of themselves. Six of Wands. Somebody here could be into the porn industry, or somebody can have an OnlyFans. And this person can have porn addictions, or somebody here can meet people online. Somebody here can do a lot of online dating, or they like to be on social media a lot. Okay, they can travel. What's the Six of Wands? The Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Five of Wands. Somebody here jumped to a conclusion, or they misjudged you, or I feel like somebody here made a big decision impulsively in the past. And now they're fighting with somebody. They're unhappy. Go watch the fire sign reading, because their reading was dysfunctional and how somebody has to pretend and act like they're happy in a relationship or marriage. But there's a lot of fighting going on. Yeah, somebody is holding on to something or someone for dear life. Somebody could be selfish. Knight of Swords, Taurus, Gemini. Somebody could be born in May. Knight of Swords. Ten of Cups in reverse. Somebody here just creates. Somebody here has they create broken homes all over the place. Somebody here just keeps creating broken homes. Mars and Pisces. Or somebody here is staying in something because they don't want to create a broken home. Maybe somebody already had one or two failed marriages, or one or two baby daddies, baby mothers, and somebody here is on their second or third one, and then try to force it or make it work. Or somebody's never seen their parents married, and they're like getting married or whatever for the first time, and it's like, it's unhealthy, it's dysfunctional, but I gotta make this work. I gotta be better than my parents. I gotta stick this out. But they're actually repeating dysfunction. It just looks a little different, but it's still dysfunction. Married or not, it's still dysfunction. Dysfunction is dysfunction, no matter if you're married or not. You could be seeing 10, you could be seeing 10. Yeah, somebody here jumped into something too fast, And now it's like a whole bunch of, like, there could be big family secrets coming out. Somebody here, somebody's parents, somebody's family members could be giving unwarranted advice, or there could be a big family secret coming out. What's justice? Yeah, Queen of Cups. Cancerian energy. Somebody here could be moving, relocating. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, June Cancer, June Gemini. I feel like somebody is listening to their intuition. Somebody could be reconsidering a breakup or divorce, but they're not sure. I feel like somebody still wants to fight for something. And it could be because there's children involved, or somebody just feels like that's the right thing to do. For whatever reason, you got to push through dysfunction. Somebody could be, this could, you got to push through the abuse. You got to push through the cheating. All men cheat, or all women are crazy, or, it's just, okay. What's Queen of Cups? Yeah, Three of Wands. Some of y'all, this could be a long distance relationship. Somebody could want to apologize or make something right. But we're going to see why the Seven of Wands is here. Aries, Sun with the Three of Wands. What's this Three of Wands? There could be, if it's not physical distance, there's emotional distance here. Three of Wands. Page of Swords in reverse. Somebody could be dealing with another person that lives at a distance. Somebody could be speaking, somebody here could be foreign. They speak a different language. They could be in a different city, state, country, whatever. Online. Some of you guys are not talking to this person. I feel like somebody needs to speak out about some type of injustice and they're not doing it. Somebody's karma is for you to like not talk to them and I guess to not want them. Somebody can have up to 3 kids. For some of y'all. Damn, this is like spilling all over me. Why? Okay, I'm just going to leave the top off. What's the Page of Swords in reverse? Somebody could be a liar, a player. Page of Swords in reverse. Some of y'all not, somebody could be stonewalling somebody or gray rocking somebody. Page of Swords in reverse. Somebody could be withholding communication. Page of Swords in reverse. Somebody feels justified for doing something. Page of Swords. I feel like somebody here is scatterbrained because somebody's too much in their feelings. Queen of Wands. Yeah. The Lovers in reverse. Major trust issues, a lack of accountability. You or somebody can have Gemini in their chart. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag again. Pisces, March, Aries. Queen of Wands. And the Fool card. Yeah, there's a secret. Somebody here has been giving to 2 people. I feel like somebody's partner has been cheating, man or woman. Aquarius energy here. If you're wondering why somebody's being distant or why they being weird, it's because they're starting something new with somebody else. They're just not saying it or they're lying about it. This could be about a mistress, the High Priestess in reverse. Somebody's secrets are coming out. 7 of Wands. Or this could simply be you or somebody just wanting to break free. 7 of Wands. Somebody could be blocking, yeah, the King of Cups in reverse. Somebody's having an affair with a married man. Look up the King of Cups in reverse. It's a married man having an affair or somebody having an affair with a married man. We got the King and Queen of Cups, King and Queen of Wands. Now, for others of you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra again. October, heavy Libra here with the King of Cups and the Justice. And the Judgment. October, Libra, October, Scorpio. Two of Swords in reverse, Moon in Libra, and the Six of Swords, yeah. Moving away, relocating, distance, space, moving away or towards something, okay? If you're dealing with somebody that you know is not married and or they're not involved with anybody, there's somebody or that could be there's blocked communication. Seven of Wands, there's either somebody could be repressing or trying to block out their emotions, whether it's through cheating, using somebody else, dealing with other people, I don't know. But there's blocked communication. I feel like somebody here knows that somebody here is gullible, naive. If you could be dealing with somebody, they kind of gaslight you. If you don't have proof, if you didn't see them cheat, if you didn't catch them do something, they'll lie. They'll say you're crazy. They'll gaslight you. King of Cups in reverse. They could be emotionally abusive. King of Cups in reverse. Somebody could drink a lot. Emotionally unavailable, the Death card in reverse, Scorpio energy. They're never going to change. They're set in their ways. They're emotionally manipulative. Something about this person is very predatory. Again, something could have happened to this person as a child. Or they just didn't get nurtured the way that they needed to. Somebody's in a Page of Cups to the King. Somebody's in a child is fucked up. Somebody could be a terrible father or father figure. Or they're definitely a terrible partner or spouse. Death in reverse, Scorpio. What's the Death in reverse? Page of Pentacles, another page. So either this is kids or very immature people or very immature behavior from one person. A lot of repressed emotions. Somebody here could be depressed. Somebody here could be into younger people, younger women, younger men. Some of y'all could have found something on somebody's phone, their search history. Somebody here could be attracted to like younger people or people that they think are naive and gullible. People that they can emotionally, spiritually, psychologically manipulate. And if it's not, because everybody's story is different, if it's not younger people, it's basically anybody who they feel doesn't know their worth. If this person knows that you've been through things in your childhood, they'll use that against you. Yeah. Well, this is what they do to people. What's this Page of Pentacles? Somebody may try to offer you to start over. Let's not break up. Let's not divorce. Let's not separate. Let's not break up the family. Let's not stop having sex. Let's just... Somebody here is going to try to give you a little piece of nothing while they have not changed at all. Hold on, Earth signs. Somebody has not changed. They're going to try to... What's this Page of Pentacles? What they going to try to fucking offer you? What is that? What's the Page of Pentacles? Just like I told air signs, somebody here is toxic. They don't want something to be over, but they don't want to change either. You may want to go watch the air signs. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody, they do shit that's selfish, self-gratifying. They cheat, they lie, they steal, they manipulate, they abuse. They do whatever that's toxic, dysfunctional. And then they feel bad about it. And then they try to buy you flowers, get you a piece of jewelry, be nice to you, compliment you. It's like, it's breadcrumbing. It's like, I'm not going to change. I know I'm not going to change, but I don't want this to be over, because somebody could be benefiting by being attached to you or being attached to somebody. So it's like, I don't want to lose my benefits, whether it's money, stability, or roof over my head. So whenever you get upset or whenever we fight, I'm just going to say or do something. I'm going to perform in a way that's going to keep this going because I'm benefiting from this. I know that I know I'm doing you wrong, but I don't really care about that because, again, somebody here is selfish. Their heart is not really in it. King of Cups in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody's not really committed to something. They benefit. Because if you leave this person, they're going to be in the Five of Pentacles. It would be, you knowing your worth will be bad news for somebody else. Whether they won't be able to have sex with you no more, they won't have access to your resources, time, money, energy, sex, attention, whatever makes them feel lively, whatever makes them feel stable, whatever makes them feel good, they won't have access to that anymore. A lot of people think they take it as a compliment that somebody can't leave them alone. Oh, he always comes back, or he, or he or she, they we always get back together because they're getting something. Okay, so you think it's you feel like it's a compliment that somebody who doesn't want to change, who won't change, who keeps cheating on you, abusing you, gaslighting you, not meeting your needs, them not being able to leave you alone is a compliment. Oh, my pussy is just so good, or this dick is just so good, they can't leave me. Or whenever they do mess with other women or other men, they know where home is. They come right back. Yes, because they're benefiting. They can't make it on their own financially. Maybe even psychologically they can't. So they use you. Pretty much. Pretty fucking much. Five of Cups, Mars and Scorpio. Yeah, the Tower in reverse. Aries, oh my God, the Devil here, and we got the Magician. Somebody's manipulative. Somebody here got third parties. Somebody could still be dealing with somebody from their past. Yeah, somebody here still got options. They're a liar. When they say they're going to do this, they're not really going to do that. Somebody here is a liar, but somebody's like, well, again, something is it's codependency at this point. It's not love. Something is unrequited love. I don't know if it's just based on money, codependency, stability, a false sense of stability, control. Maybe somebody here, and the psychological thing about cheating, which is so fucked up. Aries, Scorpio, heavy Scorpio here. You or somebody can have Scorpio in their chart, or you and this person can have like 8th house synastry or something like that, because Scorpio rules the 8th house. But somebody doesn't want to change. They don't want this tower to happen. I feel like somebody's only blocking or delaying or fighting the inevitable. Anyways, the fucked up thing about cheating is if you were to present to your cheater, like your spouse or your partner, or if you're in a friends with benefits situation, like, hey, how about we both see other people? Oh, what? They won't like that. They won't like that because you know why? Cheating for a lot of people is psychological. They like lying. People get off on lying. They get off on being sneaky. There is no fun if there's no fun when the rabbit got the gun. There's no fun when you're in the know of what they're doing. Cheating only feels good for people like this when they can lie and sneak behind your back or behind somebody's back. Y'all have to know that about people. Because you may say, well, when I say we can have an open marriage or an open relationship, or we can both fuck other people, they get mad. Yeah, because they're selfish. They're a narcissist, or they're narcissistic, or they're just selfish. They're just a shitty person. Yes, selfish people want things. They want situations that benefit them that normally don't benefit the other person, aka you or cross-watcher. Yes, that's how it goes. That doesn't mean they love you, or your vagina or penis is just so good that they keep cheating on you, they keep lying to you, or they're not meeting your needs, but because they can't leave you, your shit is just so good. No, you're their favorite dummy. That's all. I hate to say it like that, but that's it. That's it. You're just their favorite. You're their favorite dummy. I don't mean to be like that, but somebody here is toxic. This ain't about love with the devil here. It's manipulation. Somebody is exploiting somebody's childhood abandonment, childhood wounds, pain, insecurities, trust issues, pain from other relationships. You being abandoned by other people before that. Somebody here is they're emotionally, psychologically exploitative, and all they do is fucking sell you dreams and gas. Somebody's a gaslighter, and they've done this to people before you, or you won't be the first and you won't be the last. Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the World card. Fixed sign energy, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. What's this? Somebody talks to multiple people online. You know, if this cycle, if you close out this cycle, this person will fucking shrivel the fuck up. I feel like somebody doesn't even know their power. Whoever this is resonating for, you have more power than you realize. And this person needs you more than you need them. Excuse me. The world. Somebody needs to learn how to feel whole and complete within themselves. The Lovers in reverse. Somebody doesn't feel whole and complete within themselves. They got major intimacy issues. The most intimate you're going to get with this person is in sex. That's it. That's it. Love, Gemini here. Somebody needs to know. Somebody needs to learn how to feel. Somebody was not taught as a child to feel whole within themselves. Somebody needs to get therapy. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some type of betrayal that could involve multiple people or one other person. Lovers in reverse. Somebody here made a wrong choice. The King of Swords, yeah. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. January Capricorn, January Aquarius. They don't have to be an air sign. They could just be you or whoever's watching could just be in this energy where you're breaking somebody. There's a disconnect. This could be Archangel Michael coming in to disconnect you from somebody or a connection. Or if you've been broke up with this person, maybe energetically there was still some type of tie that had to be broken off for you. So you could be actively doing this, or energetically, or again, this could be through divorce. This could simply be through fasting, through temporary abstinence, or, you know, celibacy for a few years or 6 months or whatever it is, right? Everybody has different ways. Everybody has different ways that they break free from. Somebody here could not be having sex with somebody anymore. That's a start. That's the start. Somebody also sees sex as somebody doesn't know how to be intimate. They just don't have it. They weren't taught it. And people think that, okay, if I clothe my child, if they have a roof over their head, if I feed them, then I'm a good parent. Or this child or my child is gonna feel loved. And no. And that's the problem when it comes to parents, that just they see their kids as just mini extensions of themselves versus seeing their child as their own separate person. When you're able, and you don't have to have kids to get this, because at one point you were a child. So maybe if you don't have kids, your parent did this to you. And, you know, a lot of times it's not intentional, but it is what it is. Yes, our parents did the best they could, but that does not mean their best that they did was enough for us. And that's where therapy comes into play. That's where self-reflection, self-awareness, learning, unlearning things come into play. We all know that our parents did the best they could. That don't mean that there weren't things that fucked us up a bit. Or things that we have to unlearn. Duh, you know that, especially if you're a parent, you're probably thinking you're doing the best that you can, but there's going to be some things that your kids may not like about you. Anyways, there could be a disconnect, a breakup, a separation, a lack of intimacy. Somebody here is cold, they're ruthless. This person, they got trust issues, but yet it's like they'll do something to you, but then accuse you of doing it or not trust you. Yeah, father. Yeah. Somebody here could have abandoned you, or somebody here had an absentee father. Maybe somebody didn't know their father. Somebody here can have a father wound. Man or woman, men have daddy issues too. Somebody here could be a deadbeat, or they're not a good father figure. They're not a good husband. They're not a good boyfriend, or they weren't good to you. Your father wasn't good to your mother. Or somebody cares about his money, sex, how they look. King of Swords. And this came out in a challenge. Somebody here could be confused about their sexuality. I'm just going to say it. Aquarius, Pisces. Somebody could be born in February. There could be a man that has some issue with their sexuality. Somebody could like to date around online. Somebody here has a hard time following their heart. They're wishy-washy, they're hot and cold. One minute they're all over you, the next minute they're being mean or distant or aloof. Nine of Cups in a challenging position. Yeah, the Chariot here. What's the Chariot? Cancerian energy. And yeah, so somebody could be, somebody's walking away from somebody. Maybe somebody is choosing themselves. It could be a man, or you could be a woman walking away from this type of man. But Aries here with the Chariot. What's the Emperor? The Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody's worried or scared, fearful. Somebody can have a hard time trusting themselves. But I feel like somebody needs to shift their perspective and look at the bigger picture. Yeah, somebody's worried. They could be scared, fearful. Mars and Gemini. Or somebody's scared and fearful about you knowing your worth. You could be a woman in this Emperor energy. Just being no nonsense. You're disciplined. Some of y'all could be business owners, or you could just be very structured. You could just be very disciplined, very focused. Somebody has a lot of guilt and shame around them being a father, or not having their father, or being a certain type of husband, partner, or something that happened to them from a father figure, or somebody in their family, or somebody in authority, whether it's a woman or a man. You know, again, somebody could have been abused. What's this Five of Pentacles? Maybe somebody had to grow up really fast. Yeah, the Empress here. Somebody here could have abandoned somebody when they were pregnant. Taurus, Libra energy. I feel like somebody here regrets something. Somebody could have had a one-night stand, or something that was supposed to just be sex. It turned into something that went far too long, or went too far. Yeah, somebody needs to balance. Somebody can have mommy and daddy issues. What's the Empress? Empress. Yeah, somebody here could have married somebody. Yeah, somebody here could have did something reckless and married somebody. Or had kids with somebody's committed to it somewhere. Somebody here could have simply just married somebody because they were pregnant. They're not really in love. They just did it because they were pregnant. Somebody could be dealing with somebody younger or older than them. Nine of Wands, Sagittarius, Scorpio. Somebody could be born in November, and we have the Hierophant Taurus. Yeah, somebody here did something reckless. Nine of Wands in reverse and a Hierophant upright. Yeah, somebody here is married. I can't make this up. Or somebody here is now, they got ties. If they wanted to leave this person, they can't just do that. Somebody here feels stuck with the Knight of Wands in reverse. They feel trapped. Maybe somebody is pregnant, or they simply got kids. I don't know. Mars and Capricorn, there's a contract here. A contractual agreement of some kind. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's not happy where they're at. Somebody could be trying to save, to get away. But somebody could be with a dark witch, or somebody here is just with somebody that could be blackmailing them, guilt tripping them, whatever this is. Two of Wands, Mars, and Aries. Yeah, Four of Cups, Moon, and Cancer. Somebody is not happy where they're at, or they're not happy with who they're with. They're not happy about who's the mother or father of their child. They're not happy about who their parents are, who their caregivers are or were. Four of Cups. Yeah, the Hangman. Somebody is bored, they're discontent, and they're stuck. The Star card, Aquarius energy. Oh, let me cover that real quick. Because YouTube be... Pisces here, you or somebody can have Pisces in their chart. I feel like somebody sacrificed, somebody didn't follow their heart, or somebody could have took their offer, somebody could have revoked their offer from one person to go towards another person, and now somebody here is in regret. Either somebody's in regret for not following their heart, they could be in regret for being wishy-washy, they could be in regret for sleeping around, they could be in regret for causing trouble or allowing somebody else to cause trouble between you guys. Somebody could be in regret for just doing something reckless, I guess. In time, somebody, and if somebody doesn't see this right away, in time they will. What's oracle messages? Yeah, lack of stamina and focus. What else? We got lack of creativity. Yeah, somebody, I'm telling y'all, somebody, trouble obtaining financial security. What else? Suspicious and fearful. Somebody could have been suspicious and fearful of the wrong person. Lack of stamina and focus. Guarded because of past hurt. Yeah. Somebody don't know how to focus or really work on anything because of past hurt. Release the past. Or somebody keeps going. They keep going towards people. That shit just don't be. What's the lack of creativity? Somebody does the same shit over and over and expects something to be different. That could be what this lack of creativity is. Somebody doesn't want to change. They don't want to take risks. So they just keep going back to the same person, or they keep dealing with the same type of people. Lack of creativity. Lack of confidence in the solar plexus chakra and not feeling good enough. Somebody could be like trying to force somebody to do something against their will, or that's what they did, and somebody here is in regret. Or yeah, somebody here is in regret. Maybe somebody did something for money. Somebody could try to send somebody to date another person, or cause trouble, or bully somebody, or be mean, or leave somebody and go towards somebody else, or marry them, or stay with them, or whatever. Suspicious, and somebody could be holding something over somebody's head. Blackmail. Suspicious and fearful. And closed off from the truth. Materialistic, yeah. Lack of purpose and direction. Lying and deceptive behavior and heart chakra. And detachment. Somebody is just so detached. I feel like somebody has mastered a way to kind of like detached. Like they're just existing. Somebody has to like act this way in order for them basically to not lose their shit in whatever this situation is. Somebody here is ignoring the truth. They ignored their intuition. They repressed their feelings. They took the wrong offer, or gave the offer to the wrong person. Somebody was being suspicious to one person that they could have trusted or should have, and then trusting somebody that they shouldn't have. Maybe somebody has history, or they knew somebody longer, so they trusted that person. And this could be family, friends, whatever. Child's mother, child's father, but yeah, somebody's miserable now. Somebody basically has sacrificed their happiness, their freedom. Why is the Four of Pentacles? Why is the Hangman here in reverse? Hangman here. Somebody's stuck. Somebody here also could be getting arrested. Yeah, Two of Cups. Somebody is stuck in this connection. Or they're stuck somewhere with somebody. Meanwhile, they could have had a connection with you. Yeah, Eight of Swords, Jupiter and Gemini. Somebody is stuck. Somebody here could be playing victim. Somebody could be blackmailing somebody. Hope this is your reading, Earth signs. Like, comment, and subscribe. This was long. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.